Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today we're going to talk about all the books that I read in July of 2026. Let's get into it. So you guys know how I've been on a really strong reading kick so far the last couple months. Well, womp. I only have 4 books to talk about this month, but however, do you see that big boy right there? That took up most of my July. So let's start off with that one because she was a doozy. But you guys, I finally am back on my SJM game. I read the second book in the Crescent City series. Oh man, this book one is a chunk. It's I think over 800 pages. It took me, like I said, most of July to get through this thing, but I'm really glad to be back in this world. I'm not gonna lie, it's been quite a minute since I was back in the world of Sarah J Maas. This one had a lot going on. I really enjoyed it. I won't go too deep in the plot with this one because it is the second book in the series and I know a lot of people are getting caught up on the SJM world, so I will just say this picks up right after the events of the first book in the Crescent City series. There's a lot that goes down in this. It really builds upon the world. I think I got a lot more context for the world in this one, which I really appreciated. Like, I feel like I read the first one and I experienced what everyone says, where I really didn't know what was going on. So this was nice to kind of be able to jump back into the world, have a bit of a refresh, get a little bit more context for who, what, where things were going on. I feel like I hadn't read Crescent City in honestly, I think about 2 years since I picked that one up. And so it was nice because this one definitely gave a little bit of a recap of like the events that had happened in the first book. But also I did watch a recap video before I started this. So I feel like I went in with like a very high level understanding of what was going on, but this really goes in a completely different direction as well too. So there's not too much to try to remember from the first one, which was really helpful. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this one. I will be picking up the third one probably in September before the next books in the ACOTAR series come out. I'm just ready to be all caught up on SJM. So we're back at it, we're in it, we're excited, we're ready. It's happening. Okay, next, let's talk about the 2 books in a series that I read. I feel like I've started so many series this year, and I need to do a whole video where I sit down and do like a mid-year recap of like, these are the series, this is what I need to finish, this is how it's going, and let you guys know what's up. But I did read the first 2 books in the Broken Heart trilogy by Stephanie Garber. This is, of course, the Once Upon a Broken Heart, and this is the second book, Ballad of Never After. I'm not gonna lie, the fact that I have 2 different types of these books makes me a little cringe, but it's fine. They're both OUS copies, and it is what it is. So yes, I ended up really kind of, I don't know how I feel about Stephanie Garber, you guys. I'm gonna be honest. The first one I read from her was her newest release that came out that was her adult fantasy that I'm totally blanking on the name of. And then this is my second foray into the Stephanie Garber world. I will finish this trilogy, I will read Carnival, and I think that's gonna be like my 3rd time's the charm with her. I will say I liked these ones, the second one specifically, much more than the original book. Why can't I remember what that one is called? Do I have it? I can't remember. I'll see if I can put a picture up so you guys know what I'm talking about. But I will say I was kind of meh about the first one in this series. I gave it 3 stars, I believe. This one I liked a little bit more. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. Oh, I also gave Crescent City 4 stars. It's not a perfect book, but I really enjoyed my time reading it. This one I liked a lot better. This one I think really started, again, bring me into the world. This essentially follows a girl named Evangeline who essentially opens up with wanting to get her romantic partner back from her stepsister. She goes to the Prince of Hearts, and is it Broken Hearts? Yeah, the Prince of Hearts, and in his attempt to, in exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses given at the time and place of his choosing, and essentially things continue to go from there. I thought this was really interesting. The world itself I'm really intrigued with, and again, builds upon in the second book. I really enjoy the characters. I feel like they're really memorable. I just don't know what it is with Stephanie Garber's writing. I like it. I listened to both these as well on audiobook. I don't know. I'm really going to be interested to see where this trilogy wraps up with the third book. I will be finishing it at some point this year, but overall, yeah, I liked it. I'm going to continue on in it, but I think Carnival is going to be like my third time's a charm to decide if I'm going to end up picking up more from her in the future. We shall see. Okay, and then this will be a quick video, but last but not least, I did pick up one of which I think may be one of my favorite books that I've read this entire year, and it was a nonfiction, which I'm very excited about. This essentially is the story of Rosemary, the Hidden Kennedy's Daughter by Kate Clifford Larson. This is about the sister of JFK and the things that she went through in her life, where essentially, and this isn't a spoiler, this is this? Yes, okay, no, they talk about it in the back, it's not a spoiler. And again, you could look this up about it, but essentially she came out with learning disabilities, physical disabilities due to a situation that happened at her birth, and due to a bunch of external circumstances, her father chose to get her lobotomized at the age of 23 years old. And it basically looks at an exploration of her life, the things that she went through, how her family responded to things within her life, the effects that she had on the family, different aspects of that. I thought this book was fascinating. I'm so interested in the entire Kennedy family, the things that go on. I want justice for Rosemary so badly. I want to read more about her, more about the Kennedy family. This just really piqued my interest, and I was so fascinated. Obviously, this is a nonfiction, so the author does try to take a very nonpartisan view of a lot of the events that happen in the story. I was infuriated reading this. I was saddened reading this. Just some of the actions of her family members really blew my mind. And I just really, was fascinated by her story. So if you're ever interested in a really interesting backstory into Rosemary, if you've heard anything about her, or if you just enjoy an interesting biography about a woman who really had an interesting life. Again, a lot of the things and a lot of the knowledge base was made purely from letters that were taken from the Kennedy Library. So unfortunately, there's not too much information on Rosemary's actual experience, because a lot of that material, from my understanding from the book as well, has been removed, has been destroyed, has also not been made available to the public. So yeah, you learn a lot about her interactions with school, the way and things that her parents did to really kind of keep her at pace with her siblings. Yeah, again, I was just so intrigued by this story. I thought it was so interesting. I'm so glad I read it. Again, this is like where nonfiction for me really comes in clutch. I really sometimes enjoy a good nonfiction, and this was up there and one of them. 5 stars, 10 out of 10, do recommend. All right, friends, I know that was a quick one. Again, most of my time this month was taken up by Crescent City, but we are in it. We are doing the do. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing a series video so I can give you guys an update on series that I've been reading. I think I made a video about that at the beginning of the year, so it might actually be fun to do a mid-year recap and see how I'm doing, because I guarantee you I am slacking. But overall, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Subscribe to see more of my face, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!